Well, Kirkwood is, the weather has, those 2 flakes of snow that have fallen have scared him off.
It's snowing outside, Pastor.
I know
Mac.
it. We better beat it out of here. Those 3 flakes of snow out there, son.
God forbid.
People will be wrecking all over
It's
the
dangerous, though.
We'll have to sleep in
Our
here.
fearless producer took a big spill on
Did
the
he?
way out of her house. She,
You did?
yes,
Joe, was it ice?
some
Bless your
black
heart.
ice.
Did you hurt your back?
I don't think so. I
Joe's
think it's
injured.
bruised. I think I'll be right.
She said that coffee flew everywhere,
Oh,
got all
my
over. She had to
goodness.
go change clothes. Of course, this is going to show up in her performance review because it made her a little bit late.
Oh,
So I have to talk to her about that. Unfortunately, it was not recorded on the Ring doorbell. Do you have one of those Ring doorbells?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
I do.
What's the funniest thing that you've ever recorded on the thing? Like, do you, like when the Jehovah's Witnesses come, do you just like make sure you keep the pictures of their faces?
No, I don't remember anything ever funny happening
What a shame.
on that crazy thing.
The dogs don't run by and trigger it or whatever.
Yeah, they will. They'll do that, taking them out. But
Did you
that's
ever-
just a normal.
Did you ever get any of you falling down? Because you had all those falls in a row. Because I want the video
No,
evidence.
no, I did. I fell 5 times, but there was no video of it.
I want the video evidence of Miss Debbie like yelling at you while you're on the ground.
And she
I
is
knew
fussing.
this would happen.
I'm telling you, Mac, are you all right? Did you hit your head? That's the first thing. Did you hit your head? And I said, no, I didn't hit my head.
You're walking a lot better though.
Oh,
You're
I
like-
am. Yeah, it's coming
You're
back.
up and down the steps.
I go to
and-
the surgeon in the morning for my follow-up.
Oh, okay.
And I just, the questions I've got is, can I get back in the gym and
Well, I thought
because I can no more do this, no more of that.
Because that's too bad on your back.
Yeah, that and,
You can't even do the machine. They won't.
Yeah, you can do the machine,
okay.
but I don't know that he wants me doing that machine.
Oh, okay.
I've been working out on the machines with my legs.
Yeah.
Trying to build some strength back up in this leg, but this leg's still a little bit asleep. That's like this morning. Now it's better right now.
Yeah.
But
That was just something I noticed.
Yeah.
Everything. I know that you had a couple weeks where it's a little tough on the stairs, but yesterday it just seemed normal. You were just in and out of here, and
I
everything
was
good.
moving a little better. I just have to watch it. I really do. So
You know what we forgot to mention yesterday, and
Oh,
I'm
my
embarrassed
gosh. What
about
did we
this.
do?
I'm and nobody called me out on this. I'm calling myself out on this.
Okay.
It was the conclusion of the deacons' 24 hours of prayer.
that's right.
And they did a great job with that. And Anthony Berryman, new chairman, he had a beautiful prayer yesterday before the Lord's table.
Yeah.
So I was texting with him this morning, and just because I'm mad that we didn't say that in the service.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it the week before.
You did, yeah.
But we should have, we got so much stuff to mention in there
I know.
that people come up and want and this and that and the other. I can't keep that all straight and think about what I'm supposed to preach at the same time. And let me tell you something. You never get used to being up in front of people. There's always a nervousness about it.
Yes. Even if
and
you
that-
don't feel the butterflies, it's just like, it just changes your brain in a
Yeah,
weird way.
I'm nervous every time I get up and speak.
Really?
Almost. Yes. This past Friday night when I was at the man church, I was scared to death, I was
Really?
yeah. The place packed out with men. And
What did you end up speaking about?
I preached out of Jude.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was the only thing I could get any resolve, in my brain about. So
Yeah, that was
anyway, and then I take off this Friday. I leave Friday morning for South Carolina. I'm preaching at a man's conference there, and then next week, next
three
weekend,
men's conferences
I've got,
in a-
and then I've got a pastor's conference in South Louisiana,
all kinds of conferences.
and then I've got just really just week after week after week. I'm just doing that. It's too much, but anyway.
Well, that's what, yeah. But you're committed to it. You're going to take it. Well, this is what we talked about last week. You're committed to it. You're going to take care of all of it. And then next year, when you're not traveling, I'll just be here with the palm branch fanning you and feeding you grapes because you're not going anywhere or doing anything anymore. you know?
Well, I'm not gonna let my calendar. I've already got stuff on it for 27, but I'm not gonna let it get like this. I can promise you that.
Yeah. Are you okaying everything with your wife? Are you saying like, hey, how about this? How about that?
Why should that? Yeah, I do. In fact, I've got one now that I told them I might could be at, but the fact is, it's in August, and I will just be getting back from somewhere in Europe doing some training with
Right.
some pastors out of certain parts of the world we don't talk about.
Secure information. No, we
Yeah.
never talk about those.
So-
But you're still talking about 27 right now.
No,
You're
no,
not-
no, no. This
oh.
is this year.
Oh, okay.
So,
Bouncing back. back
but
and
then
forth.
I do have stuff lined up in 27. Several things that are already on the calendar.
So January is almost behind us, and this is what I was talking with my wife about last night. It's just so weird now being in this place where, like, most of the conversations I have with my wife right now are like stuff that's happening in the summer, fall, that sort of thing. Do you need to take that?
No, I don't.
Is this going to be another one of those ones where they just call you 5 times and we're just going to
I
be
hope
forced to?
not.
Okay. So most of the conversations that I have these days, it's like July and onward, like
Yeah.
all of these things that are happening. It's happened to us. The
Yeah.
calendar with the 5 kids, and they all got to be in different places and this.
Well,
it's
I
a
got to
lot.
go pick up a grandkid and take him to work this afternoon. So
Where are they working at?
he's working out at Walmart on 280.
Oh,
He fills their
Online order things? or
the
pickups?
pickup
Yeah.
and things like that. He's
Yeah.
doing that. He loves it, or he likes it. I think they pay him good money.
Well, it definitely scratches
So.
that organization itch. You know,
Yeah.
you get the task complete. You know, that's one thing in ministry. It's kind of a lot of times like you're working with people. Everybody's on a journey.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's tough to feel like, oh, well, that task is complete,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I guess the closest we get to that is,
That's Joe.
now Joe's calling you. Joe, do you need to come in? Do you have something to say?
Joe, what is it?
Oh boy, yeah. So that
See,
yeah, if you
that
guys.
fall has hit her in the head.
Guys, if you, and remember, if any of you guys want to live call into the show, just use the FaceTime app. And remember, that email address is
No, Jay Magookin.
Jay
Jay Magookin. I wrote Jeff yesterday afternoon. I'm watching the Broncos and the Patriots
gosh. And
play.
he's still up there.
Man, did you see it snowing in
It
that
was
game?
wild. We watched every minute of it.
And we did too. And I wrote him and I said, Jeff, are you still out there in the middle of this snowstorm? I'm watching Denver play right now. He said, yes, and I'm ready to come home. So I said, well, you're not leaving there today, I can tell you that.
He is not. Did you see how they did the time lapse? Like when they started, the field was green, and by
Yeah.
the end, it's like they're playing in an inch
You
of snow.
could not see the Patriots in their white
No, because
uniform.
they're wearing white. I'm like, why didn't they wear the navy? I guess I don't know how they. decide
Well, they
those
have
things.
to wear white. They're the visitors.
Yeah.
So,
But
but you could see the Broncos could see the orange stood out.
right.
And I really started pulling, and I don't care for the Broncos. I don't care for the Patriots. I don't care for any of them that are playing. But now, I mean,
a Cowboys guy.
Dallas and Jacksonville are out, so.
Yeah. Oh, I thought this was going to be Jacksonville's year, but I tell you, man, we were watching because my brother-in-law, who just moved to town, he's from out west. He's a
Yeah.
big Broncos fan.
Yeah.
You know, he and my sister came in. They both got like real deal Broncos jerseys on. I thought the Broncos were going to take it. New England
I
couldn't
really
do
did.
anything.
I was pulling for them. I really was.
And then that snow, I tell you, I know New England is a good organization and everything, but if this is not the luckiest playoff run of all time, where they're just, you know
This
what
has
I'm
been
talking
a
about?
crummy
Wait, Jared's
year
a
for
huge Broncos
football.
fan. Do you need to come on and have some,
Come on. I'll just
okay,
say Bo
some
Nix was
catharsis?
healthy, that game would have been over in the first quarter.
Yeah.
I
okay.
think you're right.
Jared Stidham made a stupid fumble.
He
You
did.
see
That was really rough. The
That's a rookie
backwards
move.
pass thing,
That's
yes.
a rookie move. He's not a rookie, but he plays like a rookie. That's a rookie move. We would have won if Bo Nix was healthy. I don't think we would beat the Seahawks, though. The Seahawks
Yeah.
are crazy.
The Seahawks,
They
yeah, and
really
I
are.
didn't watch any of the late game, but man, the
And I don't
Seahawks
know
are
why.
legit.
I don't know why they're good, but they are.
I'll
You
tell
know,
you why they're good.
Rich Bartoleschi played for them.
For the
They're
Seahawks?
Seahawks.
I thought he played for the Raiders.
He did.
Oh, he played.
He played for Dallas,
okay.
too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he played out there
We
at the
need, we need
Seahawks.
to get him in on the show.
Yeah.
He could be my stand-in one day. He and I are the same height. You know, I've got a little bit more muscle than him. But why are you laughing so hard, Pastor?
You know, Brian Bosworth plays in Seahawks.
Oh, gosh.
And my
That
mom
was
dated
good.
Brian Bosworth.
I don't know who that.
That was so good.
Your mom dated him? Is that what you're
The
saying?
Boz? You don't know the Boz?
I don't know
Yeah,
who the
yeah,
Boz is.
yeah.
What do we do? The only Boz I know is Matt Boswell. He's a
My mom
worship
dated
leader.
the Boz. And
Dated the
Yeah.
Boz. Okay. I'll keep
Yeah.
that in mind. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Boz Skaggs. You know Boz Skaggs? He went to high school there in Dallas. Trinity. It was a private Christian school. I love his
Is that
music.
one of the ones you started? You
No,
started
no,
so
no,
many
no,
schools.
no.
You started one
No.
here.
Yeah, we're going to.
You want to talk
We're going
about
to.
talk about
Well,
that?
we've
I didn't
got
know that was coming.
The
yesterday.
most
Big announcement.
unbelievable. Well, I have been working on this thing for at least 3 years, trying to get it together, and I tried to do it by myself, and I couldn't do it. And God just dropped a man in the church who has so much organizational ability and experience with it that he has just come alongside and said, "I'll take care of this stuff."
Yeah.
He's done it, you know, just out the goodness of his heart. We have not paid him. We're going to pay him a little bit coming up because he's going to be our first headmaster for
Yeah.
a while. And that's Chuck Holt. That was
Yeah.
who was calling me a minute ago.
Oh, okay.
Chuck was Air Force. I think he was a lieutenant, Air Force for 32, 34 years. Went to the Air Force Academy, taught at the Air Force Academy. So we've got an incredible board. Fred Taylor was superintendent here for
Really?
Oh,
And he's on
yeah.
the board?
yeah
Oh, that's
for
wild.
years and years and years
So
and
these
years
people
and years.
know. They know what it's like to start a school.
Like Nada Godfrey, she
Yeah.
worked in administration for years in the school system. Rebecca Wentz, as I said yesterday, she has 5
She's the-
master's degrees and a PhD in calculus.
So and she's the grant writer. Is that
Yeah,
especially?
she's been writing grants for us for a good while now.
Yeah.
To see if we can't pull some money in
You
here.
mentioned, at least in the first service, talking about how there's something different with tax dollars, with supporting people.
Yeah, well, your tax dollars now here in the state of Alabama, you have a choice with where you can send your child.
The Choose Act.
And so the Choose Act, the state dollars that you pay in will follow your child wherever you put your child,
Yeah.
which is a tremendous help to parents who want their children to have. Now, we're not against public education.
course
This,
Got some great
some
public
people
schools right
act like, well, this is going to wreck the whole of public education. Well, it is not. You know, the few students that we'll have here. However, I can say this, homeschooling and Christian private schools are just,
Blowing
they're
up.
exploding
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Because parents after COVID want something different, and we're gonna meet that need. That meets our mission statement. We're
Absolutely.
helping a busy community.
No Christ to live
No
for.
Christ will teach their children about Christ, and you'll be surprised at how many people out of the community. It'll probably be a 70-30 split, at least, and in the least, it'd probably be a 60-40, and at the most, it'll probably be a 70-30.
Of what? Splitting what?
A larger group from the community
Oh,
than
then comes from
the church.
Sure,
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned to me before, or maybe you said this in a meeting, talking about how for private education right now, there's like all these schools have waiting lists, at least in our
Every
community.
one of them.
So there's
we
still,
we do here. Amy opened up the little academy that
Yeah.
we have here on
Early
a
Learning
Monday.
Center.
By Wednesday, she was taking
waiting.
a waiting list.
Yeah, the Valleydale Early Learning Center. Yeah, it's getting
Really
filled.
great.
Well,
Really
and that's
good.
part. So, and I can't remember the layout of the new building that's coming, but I imagine some of those rooms they could be repurposed to help with the
Yeah,
school
it
during the
will
week.
it will run underground
Yeah.
on the children's floor underground. It will run on out to this open area back
Yeah.
here, and so there will be a whole new wing off of the children preschool area.
So lots more rooms to accommodate
Lot
these
more
kind of things that they're doing.
lot more rooms, yeah, that will be able to accommodate that.
That's
That's
great.
not why we built the building, but it is an added benefit. And the good thing is this, to me, this building, we're pretty active around here. We
Yeah,
have somebody
yeah.
out at the desk every night,
Yeah.
pretty much. Because we have these gyms and we have these, there's a lot of activities that go on here. Spurgeon's church ran from 7 in the morning to 11 at night.
Just with community efforts?
Just all kind of stuff. They had orphanage, they had daycare, they had meals to feed people, he even opened Spurgeon's College, all kind of things that they had going on there. We have a lot that goes on here, but that is good stewardship of facilities.
Oh, I couldn't agree more.
It's crazy to lock down your buildings with the exception of about 3 hours on Sunday morning and a couple hours on Wednesday night. That's just a waste of facilities.
Well,
It's poor stewardship.
It's definitely not happening here.
No.
Whether it's the pickleballers coming in through the morning, and then you also have all Upward every
Yep.
Saturday, which talked with
Just-
Pastor Chuck. He
oh,
says
man.
it's more than 1,500 people that are coming through.
Man, it is
participating
unreal.
in that.
I come down here early on Saturday mornings a lot of time to work out, and you just can't believe the place.
Oh yeah, it's like Disney World. up
It's
in here.
it's gone wild.
Then
so-
we also have Equip, with all the special needs young adults. It's like that's meeting in the building.
They're meeting the rooms that are under my office. So yeah, and what an incredible ministry that is. They help special needs adults equip themselves to go and get a job.
Yeah.
So
So
they
that-
do a tremendous work.
So yeah, that's
And we've got New Orleans that teaches here.
every Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm a current student myself. Well, I don't. I'm online only. But
Are you?
Yeah. I couldn't.
Because I know Barry's teaching. That's why I got to go take a grandkid to work today.
Oh,
Because Barry's teaching.
Yeah,
and
he's teaching church history, right?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I would imagine. Yeah.
I love that.
do
I'd
too.
love to sit in. I'd love to audit that class.
Yeah.
But my schedule's so tight, that's why I'm online only. But yeah, it's amazing. Like, there's so many ways the building is being used. Think about that. We got education through all grades. We even have education for special needs. Like, that's just really cool.
We have D groups that meet here. A lot of different times. Man Church, their groups meet
I
here.
think that's Monday night. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've got one that'll be meeting, big one that'll be meeting tomorrow morning. Tom Haney's group.
Oh, I thought that was on Wednesday. Is it Tuesday?
I think it's Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
It could be Wednesday. I don't know.
But yeah, either way, it's good that the building is being used this way, and we're set up to use whatever new facility will come
Yeah.
in the same way.
Yeah.
And hats off to Dave and Dawn and everybody who keeps watch after like which rooms are in use when.
Yeah.
And of course, Denny's team for making sure that the facility is always ready to use. That's
Yep,
just a
yep.
tremendous. It's just a huge task
Yeah, it is.
that they're involved
Well,
in.
if you had to stop and do all of that, you'd never have time for ministry. They make ministry possible here.
Yeah. We do have a really good staff, really unified staff. I'm looking forward to being with it. We got all staff meeting today, which is, well, I guess all staff except for Jeff McGukin, who's got snowed in Colorado.
He's in Colorado. He's
With
out
his,
around
his
Denver
grandkids.
somewhere with 60 feet of snow out there, I
Yeah.
think. So,
It's, yeah, I think it's give or take. We don't know they only use the metric system in Colorado.
yeah.
So it's
when
difficult
the
to
snow
compare.
got up to here in the game yesterday, it was kind of hard for him to
Right.
move.
Yeah,
and
that was difficult.
you just see that orange jersey and somebody trying to throw a pass.
Trying to kick a field goal. Four
Yeah.
missed field goals in a row.
Could you believe that?
When he lined up for the last one, I was like, "There's no way this is going in." Like nobody could score any points.
Well, I thought after 3, I thought surely he'll hit this one. But somebody got a hand on it.
Yeah, Shirley's not a very good field goal kicker.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look at the message from yesterday. Anything?
Good.
you
That's a
wanna
good thing to do.
You think
since that's
you think
what
that
we're
we should
supposed
spend
to
some
do.
time on
We
that? Oh, look
post
at
it.
that! We're out of time.
We're supposed to do this.
We're supposed
supposed
to
to
do
do
it.
it. We
We're
post-
supposed to do it. That's what they say in Maryland.
Every now and
Patience.
then, I'll lapse into that Southern Carolina.
Just every now
Yeah.
and then.
You're not supposed to do something. You're supposed to do it.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay. I won't chase that rabbit. Let's take a look. It's Ephesians chapter. Did it again.
Ephesians. It's Ecclesiastes. I keep telling you, Ephesians is in the New Testament. Ecclesiastes is in the Old Testament.
So look at this.
Didn't they
See,
teach
I
you
had
that
this,
at
I
Southern?
had this upside down.
You've
That's
got
my
it.
bad.
No,
That's
it's
my
upside
bad.
down now.
Sorry, you know
you
how-
got that left-handed Bible.
You
is
know
the
how,
problem.
well, so this is actually, as you can see, this is the 2003 edition of from the Watchtower Society. So I'm sorry about that.
Don't
Sorry.
give that thing any publicity at all. Oh gosh.
Oh boy, yeah. Sorry, I'm failing. I'm
If
failing.
you got
my,
one of those in your house, you need to get it out as quickly as
I'm
possible.
failing my seminary professors. Ecclesiastes. I keep doing this. I don't think I've done it on the
you
platform.
get well. You know what? You
I'm
get
having a senior moment.
you
is
get
what I'm
stuff stuck in your head, and you can't. That's like these guys. This really happened.
doing. Okay.
And it happened to a guy named David Matthews, who used to be at First Baptist Church of Greenville, South Carolina. Is that on a Sunday night, he was preaching on Samson, and he got in the car, and his wife said, "Honey, I don't know if you realize this, but you called him Superman the entire sermon."
That's terrifying.
And they were telling me one the other night at Man Conference about somebody who was preaching on, I think it was George Wright telling this about his dad, that halfway through the sermon on somebody, he called him Joseph the whole time, or half the time.
Yeah.
And then just corrected himself without even realizing that he had corrected himself. But it's funny, you get stuff stuck in your head.
Well, it goes back to what you said, the whole being on stage thing.
It is.
Your brain chemistry is altered.
You people don't realize the amount of emotional stress that being up in front of a crowd brings.
And if you want to see what altered brain chemistry looks like, look no further than the two gentlemen sitting in front of you.
Sadly, it's
Are
very
you going to
altered.
confess your Ephesians, Ecclesiastes struggle to him?
That's what we're talking about. Joanne is
Wake up,
clearly not
wake
paying
up, Joanne.
attention.
She's
We've been
o-
talking about
Maybe
this
I
for
did
5
hit
minutes.
my head. No, I heard most of it. I guess I
She's
hear
over
the
there on
beginning of
Facebook.
it.
Get those numbers on my desk, Joanna. Hey, speaking of people being altered, who is this Dave guy that got struck by lightning and blown up in his house?
All I know is the story that Tommy Nelson told about it.
Okay.
It's hilarious, but
I got to
I
tell
don't know his last name.
Okay, speaking of hilarious, I got to tell you a funny anecdote from the Bullis family.
Okay.
So in general, on Sundays, my kids are very well behaved. They sit, they listen to the message. But recently, they've been kind of like just doodling in the notebooks a little bit more, and I can tell they're not paying as much attention. So I sat. Did you want to say something?
No.
I'm sorry. So I sat them down on Friday. It was either Friday or Saturday. I said, "Listen, you guys, you need to pay attention. So I want you to take down every point that Pastor Mac has this Sunday, because in my mind, I'm
Oh my
like, it's going to be
gosh,
one or two."
I had 7 of them.
This is the Sunday you had 7 points. My
I said,
son.
"Oh, thank you, Dad."
Every time there's another point, I looked over at my son, and he was like,
Oh gosh.
but they did them all. I
Well,
just kept laughing.
I'll have to apologize to him. I'm sorry.
but
Tell him
they
it's
put
going to
them
be
all-
14 this week.
That's right. They're going to double it up. God's
Yeah.
perfect number twice over. I even took a picture. Here's Harper's notes. She had to use the back of the page too, though. She
How
went
about
through 'em.
that? Boy, she takes good notes.
Well, their mom
If you could just get adults to do that,
I know, right? I know. Yeah. So anyway,
I would feel like I've accomplished something if I could get the adults to do it.
7-point sermon. What a week to have the kids write down every point. So I'll tell them it's going to be 14. But you had to do it that way because of these
Yeah, it's
couplets.
proverbs. Yeah. These are proverbs, and most of the time they follow. They'll say it one way and come back and say it a different way.
The biggest thing to me was, there's that dualism kind of. So the biggest thing to me was, really, it seemed like at least a thesis of a part of the message was, what the world says is bad is actually good for the believer, and vice versa. Everything that the world calls good.
Yeah. Well, my thesis statement really ran along these lines. Everything that everybody tells you is good for you is not always good for you.
Yes.
And everything that everybody tells you is bad for you is not always bad for you. And we always think adversity is bad. It's terrible. I want to get away from adversity. I don't want to experience any adversity. And yet, the fact of the matter is, God allows a lot of adversity in our lives in order to bring us back to a spiritual balance. Now, in the second service, Barry baptized a young man, a young college student, who had gone through some tremendous adversity, and I am sure some great disappointment in his life. And yet, he allowed that to draw him closer to the Lord. And here's the thing, I didn't say this yesterday, but you've heard the expression before, the same sun that melts wax makes clay hard. Mm-hmm. And it really has to do with what is the substance of your life. Am I moldable? Or am I just resistant and hard, and I get harder and more resistant to what adversity does in my life?
Well, and that connected, we sang that Spirit of the Living God song yesterday.
Yeah.
Melt me, mold me, fill me.
You did. That's right.
I didn't even make that connection till now.
Yeah.
Thankful for the Holy Spirit helping us.
Well, and I thought there was a perfect setup in the second service with Barry baptizing Luke, with that story of what had happened to him athletically, baseball player.
Because just to hit the nail on the head, there's all kinds of, especially young athletes, they'll have a catastrophic injury, and that turns them against God.
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to
Well, that's what
him.
he's talking about here. Don't be eager in your heart to be angry. I'm mad, and I'm mad because this has happened to me. And basically, Solomon here is talking about, honestly, being angry at God. But we generally don't express it, not normally, unless you are Captain Dan in, Forrest Gump. We don't normally express it that way, but we express it toward everybody around us. We just get short and ill and mad and chop their head off and, that kind of thing. But honestly, down on the inside, why has God allowed this to happen? Why is this going on in my life? Why isn't God doing something about this?
Well, and you said it's because it's through this is God's primary means for imparting wisdom. You said that with...
He does.
How many times have you learned something from just laughing your head off all day?
I've never learned anything watching a comedy show. Never.
It's been entertaining. Haven't learned anything, really.
And that's the problem with our generation. We have a generation that is being entertained literally to death.
Yeah. That's the thesis of, I can't remember who wrote that book, but it was like 40 years ago, even before the internet age.
Yeah.
Entertaining ourselves to death. I think about that all.
Was his name?
Get those numbers on my desk, Joanna.
What's his name?
Is it Ephesians?
I think
or
I had to read that
Ecclesiastes?
book in doctoral class.
Yeah, it's a really interesting one. But yeah, we are entertaining ourselves to death, and by doing so, we feel that like there's this momentary contentedness.
Yeah.
Andrew Strong.
But we're not. No, we're thinking of something else.
Different one.
Toynbee? No. That's Roman history.
So we are in the process of being constantly entertained, we're not learning anything. And if we're not learning anything, well, then we're also unable to pass on our learning to the next generation.
That's for sure.
It's kind of that idiocracy kind of cultural thesis.
Well,
that's where
that's the fear that people have about AI, and that is
your phone's giving you AI right now.
That's the fear that people have about it is you're going to learn nothing. You're just going to tell AI to do all this thinking for you.
Have you experimented with any of that yet?
Very little. Just a little bit, but, ask basically on ancestry stuff about my family because so many of my folks were incarcerated. No,
You look through the jail
just
records,
that. And
please.
I've done several things, hey, in fact, I was thinking about, I've got to go back through, there are four sets, there's a set of 4 books on English history that I read last year, or year before last.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And I'm looking for a story in there, and I can't think of the guy's name, and he was 2 brothers that fought over Belgium, and anyway, I thought about just getting on there and doing that. But
It's
I've got
good
the
as-
4 books in my office, so I thought I'd go back and just look through those.
It's really good as a search engine,
Yeah.
for sure. I was having a computer problem the other day.
Yeah.
And I just describe the problem, and it gives me 4 different solutions
Yeah.
And it ended up being the third one.
Well, Debbie used it in London. She said, we want to go here, 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 and here. From our hotel, tell me what's the best route to take and all.
Wow, that's cool.
And man, it led you from this point to this point to this point to this point to back
And
to
it
the
got
hotel.
everything right?
Everything.
Well, I need to use that. Because we're going to go to Washington, D.C. in like May. And that's been the hardest thing so far, is trying to figure out how to.
There you go. Just get on there and ask it. Tell them, put in there the things you want to do. And it'll take you and say, hey, you can go to the Washington Monument here. These are the times that it's open. This is the price. This is the thing.
Yeah.
Da 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 da.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give that a shot.
Is it
Another
Amusing ourselves to death, guys?
amusing.
What is that?
Okay, gotcha.
Who wrote
It's-
that?
That is Postman.
That's right,
Postman.
Neil
That's
Postman.
it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that is yeah.
Yeah. The
We'll
postman
finally got
always
it.
rings twice. Neil Postman. Yeah.
One of the things that I like to, I doubt you would like this, but one of the things that I really like to do is, with the AI thing, is to just take a long voice recording and have it organize the transcript into notes. I do that
You know,
like
that's
all
interesting.
the
Do
time.
you really?
Yeah, I do it all the time. And I do it to get ready for meetings. I've even done it with like rough drafts of messages. I'm like, I'm just going to extemporaneously preach this. You tell me what you think the main points are. That kind of thing. And it's wild. Sometimes it throws back a particular insight, and I'm like, I hadn't thought about it in that direction. And then I'll go back and write it, and it's kind of like working with an editor. It's really interesting.
I've never done that. I've never used it in that kind of way. Somebody else was telling me that they would, oh, I know who it was. Greg Graves was saying that he did his Christmas letter,
Yeah.
that he fed in 4 of them that he had done in the past, and then wrote down all of the notes that he wanted for this year, and he says, make this sound like me with all of this new information. And he said it was amazing.
It's scary.
Somebody did a sermon on why Nick Saban was the greatest football coach in all of history.
You showed
And
me that.
they said, preach it like Mac Brunson would preach it. And I'm telling you, I was amazed.
Let me tell you.
It had verses.
Let me tell you something. If y'all were Pentecostal, none of y'all would be Auburn fans. None. That's exactly what
Oh,
it
gosh, that's so funny.
Oh man, I should have brought. Speaking of being an Auburn fan, my mother-in-law gave me this new coffee cup for Christmas. It's a really nice one of the Yeti cups, that sort of thing, and it's got all of Auburn's football championships.
Yeah.
But it's the year for all of them, but it's got all like the disputed championships on there. So there's like 10 of them. There's like 10 of them on. I'm like, wow, this is good. It makes me feel better about being an Auburn fan. Can't wait for us to go 2-9 again next year. So anyway, like you were saying when we were talking about Ecclesiastes, speaking of being an Auburn fan, everything is futile. Everything is a vapor. Life is meaningless. And I'm saying all this for Nunnally because he's the biggest bammer that I've ever met. Big old soul.
Well, we did the first 14
Yeah.
verses. Those were the Proverbs there.
And now we're heading into.
And we're heading into verse 15. And we'll just have to see what that holds, the rest of the chapter 7.
Yes,
but in
we
the
will.
words of, what's the lady on, that's the cook from here? Miss Barbara, is it Barbara?
The cook from here?
Yeah,
Is it
from
TV?
Alabama. No, from Alabama. The famous lady down south that cooks, that's
Oh boy.
everybody
the
follows.
lady with the teeth, Paula White.
No.
Is she a preacher?
No, this lady's a cook. She's
Okay.
a famous chef, and she's on Facebook, and people just follow her by the drop. She's great. I love to watch her just go through a recipe.
Well, what does she say?
It's gonna be good, y'all. It's gonna be good, y'all. So when we get to verse 15, it's gonna be good.
It's
y'all.
gonna be good whenever we get there. But you're gonna do that this Sunday. You'll be fresh back from this.
No.
Oh.
I won't be here this Sunday.
Oh, that's right,
Barry's
that's right.
preaching this Sunday. I will be back the next Sunday with verse 15 to the end of chapter 7.
Barry's taking us into Jeremiah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So if you're not back
Good.
Monday, we'll have him come in and take us. Through
I
that.
will be back Sunday afternoon.
Oh, okay.
I'll be
But we'll
back.
have you come in.
I'm
Maybe
catching
we'll
a
have-
flight back out of there as soon as I preach.
Brenda Gant.
Maybe.
Brenda Gant.
That's who
That's
it is.
it. Miss
Thank you.
Brenda
We
Gant.
gotta have the producer here
She
telling
is.
us.
She's so good.
Thank
It's
you,
gonna
Miss
be good,
Brenda.
y'all.
It's gonna be good, y'all. Anything else you need to tell people? All right. In that case, tell them goodbye, Pastor.
Goodbye, Pastor.
We'll see you guys later. Wednesday night. Thank you, guys. Sunday morning.